Well, hopefully this is going to fire up okay. Just looking at the kilobytes per second, and it looks like it's juicing up, so it should be working. Sometimes it doesn't always go so well. Wow, 17th of March, April, May, June. Not very long. I have a lot to do in a short time, and it'll never feel like it's enough. So, I'm going to emphasize the impending, if I can say that now. The impending upcoming event, July 1st. Try to make the most of it, and I'm making that progress. And today, I'm kind of in here's an old saying of mine: never hang your head and pout. The dark night of the soul is doubt. I don't really know what I meant by that. But it was said in a poem to a friend. Never hang your head and pout. The dark night of the soul is doubt. And doubt gets you. It gets you good. And a lot of people put a lot of doubt in your head. How do you overcome that? And I grow, and I grow, and I grow. I grow a lifetime in a year, sometimes. Recently, people that you trust and you think you trust and you think they're on the right track. And for me, a recent incident just kind of goes, what is reality in people's minds? Made by words and concepts, and even talked about what I call water cooler politics, where some people's belief system comes from discussions as they're going up for a cup of water at work, and they will side with whoever in that group seems to be the strongest. And it doesn't matter about right or wrong. It just matters on who they side with. I'm really more attuned over the last few months on, what's really going on. And it's sometimes crazy what people believe. I don't know. But I think I'm more attuned to straight, hard facts. This is the fact. Not a belief, whatever. Not ever what people are capable of. I'm trying to sew the facts together on a mission to do what I want to achieve here. And I think even over the last 10 days, I think I mentioned about the mountains. Like, argue. Call a mountain whatever it is, right? Like it's up here. Some people think they like I think I said in an earlier vlog. You can't be the mountain. The mountain is a mountain. You can imagine yourself a mountain. You can stand on top of the mountain, but you're not a mountain. You are what you are. I think that's what I'm really coming to terms with right now is who I am. What I've created. And just to see the possibilities. Not in myself, but bringing those possibilities out in people. To see what humanity is. I'm white. That's all I'm going to say. I'm white. I'm as white as it gets. Um, and I think even in that you get a little prejudice. Not, I think even against myself, like believing that the only people that could understand this, because let's think about it. Think about it. The only people that went across Canada that we know about, popular, what I mean, that made it, hey, these are our icons, these are who we talk about, are white. But here I am out in the road, and someone not as light as I am is dreaming about doing the same thing, to go across Canada and back. I praise this guy from, and I remember, I think I'm on my bike and he's on his bike, and he's going across Canada and I'm going across Canada, and we met in the middle. I looked at my bike and how prepared I was. Me with my $200 seat. And all my reasons and beliefs and everything else. All packed up. You looked at him on his mountain bike with what he had, and you're like, this guy's ridiculous. And then you think back to yourself, and I'll tell you, yeah, I think that was my first thought. He's not going to make it. And then I'm like, wait a minute, he's already come halfway across Canada on a mountain bike. And you look at his seat and you look at his gear and everything else, and you're like, wow, this guy accomplished as much. Actually, by that time I already biked across and I'm coming back. So, but still, he accomplished what he accomplished with less of what I had. And I think people looked at me back in the day, and even now, what can I accomplish with what I have? But anyways, I'm kind of going off what I was wanting to say. This fella on his bike, he was studying English in Victoria, BC, from South Korea. Amazing. What was his reason for going across Canada? Big cause or anything else? He just wanted to see Canada. That was his reason. He was biking across just to do it. And I thought to myself, like, if I would have met him 100 kilometers into his journey, I would have said, get a map. It's a big country. But there's more to prejudice than, the color of her skin or anything else. It's what we believe something is, or somebody is, and who they are. And we stop ourselves right there. I could have said, you're ridiculous. I've got so much gear. I've gone so much further than you. And oh my Lord, I was in awe of this person. And these journeys across Canada, when I started, I dropped all opinions. Sometimes opinions don't help. They just don't. They're what holds you down. They're what anchor you back. And an opinion can be like an anchor. I wasn't crossing an ocean of water, but an ocean of land. But if I carried a heavy anchor, a heavy opinion, or allowed people to hang their opinions on me, I would have sank the ship. I went right down to the bottom. And opinions can be prejudice. And I think what moved me, because I believe in humanity, 10 million billion times there's little switches being turned on and off in our brain. 7 billion people in this world. I have a conscience that I want to get out there. And I want it to become a global consciousness of all of this. It's not going to be just about what I say my cause is. There's going to be so much more. This is a movement for all of humanity. A freedom of, I guess, opinion, but opinions without prejudice in a way. Try to listen to that other side. I'm moved by this. A Facebook friend has just occurred. Him and his girlfriend. Visibly of two different races, but of more humanity than I've seen in most. And I've watched them turn their car around and come back to talk to me. And he made himself a Facebook friend to me, which I think is wonderful. A stranger made a friend. And I met a whack of other people, for sure. When I stopped, natives. Chiniki, I think, is the... I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but I believe it's sorry, I did mispronounce it. Chiniki. There you go. Not Chiniki. 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 Proper. Little service station there. Chiniki village. Wonderful people I met. And they're all pushing for humanity and pushing to make their own community better. And worried and struggling with their youth. As much as we're struggling with ours. And I don't know if we even recognize it because we kind of feed it. Where kids are exercising this more than this sometimes. More than their own two legs. But yeah, whatever problem humanity has in one community, humanity has across all communities. If I can paraphrase, and maybe I'll directly phrase a quote, if you help one person in one single community, then you've helped all communities. And that's what I did over the last couple of weeks, really. Oh, well, what am I saying? Couple of months. What am I saying? I've been at it. I've traveled 26,000 kilometers. And met a bunch of wonderful people. An array of the spectrum of the rainbow. I mean, really, of humanity. You think of one cross section. I embraced them all. And they embraced me. And that's wonderful. Few people can really truly share that experience, at the level that I have. And it does move me, that the level of acceptance and friendship and, brotherhood is wonderful. And if only everyone would just, I guess, drop the anchors, drop the opinions, drop the prejudice. Tonight, one of the best people I've met, and I'm saddened, just here because they're, I think the UN listed one of the worst humanity issues, starvation, famine, that we haven't seen the likes of it since they said World War II. And part of this man's country. And okay, I'm gonna try to hold it back. For his community, he helped write a letter for and to try to help support the new government of Southern Sudan, and he was hoping that people from his own community would be appointed, and I helped him to properly word and send it off to South Sudan, the president, and in the hopes of granting these folks recognition and to be part of parliament in this new young country. And it's going through I guess it was probably maybe a year or two ago, and I was honored. They were his words that he wanted to write on behalf of his people, and he just wanted me to proofread it. And I very honored. But it's not doing so well right now, and it's part of that list of famine and hardship, and and I think that's what I'm saying. It's these my cause is humanity, inclusively, and it's sad, but yeah, this a little email, and to call me bro is awesome. We look like yin and yang when we're together. As white as I am, he's dark. But I some of the same qualities in my heart as this man. So and then to have another friend, while I'm camping out under a sign, begging for a place to sleep a couple of nights ago, he gives me a call out of Quebec, and it's wonderful to have these people. It's wonderful, from all arrays of everywhere to call and encourage me, and I definitely do the same to them, and I'm yeah, Philip and Franklin, yeah, and I think in their own right trying to make the world a better place, and these are the kind of friends that not only I need, these are friends to the world, and it's nice to be that they permit me to be grouped amongst them, but all the best. As I said, somebody said to me after I did the walk, I think they were trying to help out because there was still so much I wanted to do, and they said, Trevor, you can't save the world. And I said, I couldn't accept the answer. I can save the world if through you. So I don't know. That's about all I got to say. Yeah, I'm getting emotional. It has been emotional, and I am hoping just to get out there and reach as into wherever I can. I'm special because I know that every single person in this world is special. That's how I know. And I don't want to hear prejudice and people cutting other people down for what they're passionate about. It's their journey. Don't interfere. Don't say things are stupid or try to cut them off. And if somebody says, stop, stop what you're doing, what you're saying is interfering with what I believe. Enough. Have respect. And have a little faith and trust as well. It goes a long ways. And for anybody that ever had doubt, again, the dark night of the soul is doubt. Don't darken your soul. Have a little faith in people. Even if they go off on a different path, they're still on a path. It's their path, and it's worth helping to support them. It's your faith that helps people stay the course. It's your faith that is the guiding light. It's your faith that's can make anything possible. I was thinking about that even. Each one of these days to me, and every day that when I did the walk or the bike ride, it's like, because that's where your resources are. You want to go to meet your resources, and you don't want to be somewhere in space, sucking back space food. Although you're going to have to sometime. But you're going from here to the moon. I used to call them moonshots, and I was making moonshots again. Going from, and jumping from one part of civilization to the next, and in between it was just nothing but a cold universe, and me and my spacesuit. That's what it was last week. Minus if I went, see this, with my bare skin and my white skin. Oh no, there's barely a hair on my body, and I'm out there, this naked ape, walking down the edge of a highway, minus 30, probably points minus 25, minus 30 wind chill. I wouldn't have lasted too long, but I took my spacesuit. I kept that on until I got in where it was warm. But it was very similar to an astronaut, only walking the Earth. But yeah, layers upon layers of protection, and also sunscreen when I took all those layers off and exposed the face. I got a little bit of color, not too much. So yeah. Yeah, so, but that's cute. I guess that's about all I got to say, but support is what's gonna happen here, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to leave it up to faith again. Faith got me across Canada once. Faith got me across it 3.5 times. Well, let's go for a 4th and a 5th, and we'll see where that goes. But boy, I love the people I met. I love the people. I know I'm going to love the people I will meet, and when it comes down to it, sometimes it's just the raw. The road don't care. The trees don't care. The mountains don't care. The water's good though. I like the water. It becomes part of you. The only thing I can think about is that little mouse and that raven. The raven wanting to eat the mouse, and I had no part of it. I was only watching what the raven was doing. I was oblivious to the fact that a mouse was probably, I never seen it happen, a I'm only going to assume by the way that raven was acting, and when that raven flew off, a couple of squeaks from a mouse to go, yee! Hurrah! That it pulled off an amazing little escape by following me along that highway. And I was talking to a friend here and said, you should write a book, a little kid's book on this. Because you wouldn't have thought a mouse would put it together enough. But survival is survival. And and my friend said, well, the poor raven. And I agree, the poor raven didn't have a meal that night. And it was cold. So, but I had nothing to, I was only there. Now, that big old raven, you know, no meal for him. But I was just moving the highway. That mouse seen me moving along, said, hey, there's something bigger than me ahead of me, but I'm not scared of it because it doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to me. And probably isn't interested in eating me. But that raven is definitely going to eat me. Definitely. There's no doubt about it. He tried. So that little mouse came walking along back of me, and I gotta think about it. That mouse probably had a lot of doubts in its head. But it didn't hang its head and pout. It said, there's a big old man walking up that highway. I'm going to come jogging behind him. And I'm going to go up the road with him because I feel safer with him than that raven that just tried to eat me. I know that raven's going to eat me. I don't know what this guy's going to do. And as long as his back is turned, I'm going to keep moving with him. I will have his back. And there's a little mouse out there that's probably still alive because it's smart. And that little mouse can have babies, and you know, well, I love that. I love the idea of it. Poor raven. Here's to you, the mice of the world. Yeah, I don't know. That's so cute. But yeah, that's. Maybe I spread a little humanity even into the animal kingdom. But I think that's the kind of humanity and appreciation that needs to be spread. The funny thing is, I was feeding ravens all the way up the road since. And that's the truth. I kind of felt guilty, but I was putting sunflower seeds down, peanuts. I swear, pieces of cheese. Every time I seen a raven, I'm like, I felt so bad about in one way, but I'm sure glad that mouse survived as well. But oh well. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm just reflecting over the last 10 days, and boy, up the road. I got a long ways to go. Anyways, I guess that's about enough about that. And the more you move, I think the more you save others, is what the moral of this story is. So keep moving. You know, I think everyone needs to be fed. Everyone needs nourishment. But not everyone needs to be fed upon. And I guess that was a good night, and we'll see what I get up to tomorrow and do. A lot of work to go. Anyways, take care, folks. The more you move, the more you save others.